Hello everyone. Good morning to all. Welcome everyone in this session. I hope you all are fine. So today we have to start the marathon session of Module B for your ABM paper. So if you remember that in our first class, in our demo class, we completed 4 units. Then, yes, 5 units. Then yesterday we completed 2 units of Module B and 2 units of Module C. Now, so Module D is completed. And today in this session, we will be doing few questions. So approx, not approx, yes, exactly. You have 35 questions in today's session. So let's start the session and questions will be there and you have to answer the question in few minutes. After that, I'll tell you the answer. Now, first question. Four statements are provided to you. Sorry, five statements are given to you and you have to find which one is correct. And if you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe the channel. And if you feel sessions are helpful, then do like the session as well. Now, so I'm waiting for your comments. What does the statement first says that HRM deals with managing employees, including hiring, training, compensation, performance? Yes, this is correct. Now, it focus HRD. Now, it is talking about human resource development. So, it mainly human resource development. What it focuses on the development area of human people. So on developing employee skills for future growth. Yes. Now HRD, it is a subset of HRM. Yes, this is also correct. HRM, it is only concerned with administrative tasks. No, it is concerned with rest of other tasks also, not only with administrative or managerial level tasks. So this statement is wrong. Now HRM and HRD together, they help organization, yes, to manage people. So all the four statements are correct except the statement number 4. Yes, so option A is the correct answer. Now, next, question number 2. And the question which is of red color, highlighted with red color, that is your previous year question. So I have added 2, 3 questions, PYQs also. So what does Robert Owen and Charles Babbage has said about the HR or human resource? Come on, give me your answers. So Robert Owen uh, has said that the humans are what? These are the vital machines for the company. And Charles Babbage has said that is division of labor. Division of labor means division of work. That work should be divided into small tasks so that it is easy for everyone to understand and it is easy for everyone to perform well. So Robert Owen believed in better working condition for workers while Charles Babbage focused on the division of labor. So this is all about. So Robert Owen has given vital machine concept, then Charles Babbage has given the division of labor, and Frederick Winslow Taylor has given two concepts: scientific management approach and labor and motion studies for his division of labor. And these are the assumption of F.W. Taylor. Now, Eric Berne has stated that there are three main ego states. Okay, the parent, the child, and adult. Now, what does the parent ego further classified as? So parent ego is further classified as sometimes we act like parent also, sometimes we act like child and adult also. So these ego it is further classified into loving parents and no, sorry, a critical parent and nurturing parent. So option D. Yes. The correct answer is critical and nurturing. Critical means you are controlling and nurturing means what? You are your attitude, your behavior towards other person is very calm and composed. Now, next question number 4. Case study is there. See, what the question says that a major public sector bank has implemented a performance appraisal system and it focused heavily on numerical targets. Why? To improve employee productivity. Now, after half a year, after 6 months, although task completion rates were improved, but the managers they raised a concern that they are not satisfied. Okay, they are neglected with the team cohesion, employee engagement, customer experience. So they are not given the qualitative factors. Only quantitative factors are being fulfilled, and which further created the project delays and increased attrition. Now, what are the key weakness in this approach? So, because the company it is focusing, the bank is focusing only on numerical targets and ignoring the quantitative targets, ignoring qualitative targets. So, it is the bank has the more dependence on quantitative measures, integrate 360-degree feedback and qualitative criteria into appraisal. So what are the key weakness? That is, it is heavily dependent on quantitative measures. Now it want to integrate 360-degree feedback and ensure the qualitative criteria into its appraisal as well. So option A. Now question number 5. Again, 5 statements are given to you. What statement first says? Ethical practice, it is a key competency for HR professional. Yes, HR professional, they have to follow the moral values also, proper ethics also. Now, everything related to business, we have done this now, business acumen. So it relates what? Understanding the principles, rules, and regulations of business and following the trend in the of the market. Yes, this is also correct. Now, relationship management, it helps in improving collaboration. Yes, if you are connecting with more and more people, then definitely you will have a mindset that you will work in group, you will work in team. Now, critical evaluation, it involves analyzing data for better decision. Yes, if you are evaluating critically on any point or anything, then it helps you to make better decision. And consultation means offering expert advice to management and employees. So all the 5 statements are correct. Now, next question. Now, so a bank introduced a sales-driven incentive plan for its branch manager, and the bank has rewarded them solely on the basis of quarterly sales target achieved. Now, bank has given the reward only when the sales target are achieved. Now, so after 2 quarters, the sales volume increased, but complaint were that the service was not good, okay, and the repeat business repeated declined. So this is also noticed. So basically, the sales on increment of sales, the whole business, the target was to increase more and more sales. And on the other hand, when they are focusing again more on quantitative factors, then they will ignore qualitative factors as well. Now, so which of the following best explains the scenario? So reinforcement theory, equity, expectancy, and Hertzberg motivation. Now, what is reinforcement? It basically talks about the reward and punishment. If company has done a good job, then the company will provide rewards to the employees. If employees have done bad job, then they will be punished. Now, equity theory, it talks about there should be the perfect balance between input and output. It means the employees, if they are performing 100% in the company, then it's your responsibility that you have to provide them the fair compensation that is 100%. Now, expectancy theory, room expectancy theory, what it says that your performance, how you are performing, your performance will lead to the expected rewards and how much you are giving value to your rewards. So V into E into I. And Hertzberg motivation theory, it talks about that there are two factors, motivation and hygiene factors. Absence of motivation factors, presence of motivation factors will bring satisfaction among the employees, and absence of hygiene factors will bring dissatisfaction among employees. So these are the two statements, very important. Now, from the question perspective, what is the answer? Reinforcement. That enforce behavior, but focusing only on sales leads to neglect of service. Now, next, question number 7. Yes, every one of you has given the correct answer. A. Now, this is the question from your career concept. So what does the question say? Yes, correct answer is E. Now, Mr. Arjun completed his graduation with statistics as his major subject. Now, he again joined a nationalized bank as clerk. Later, he obtained the accounting qualification through distance education, then moved to another bank as specialist officer. Again, after a few years, he cleared actuarial examination, joined insurance company. So you can see from this question that one person is switching job, but before switching the job he has done a tremendous work in his field. So he is switching but with the completion of all the targets, with the completion of all targets, okay, working hard in the previous job, then only he is switching. So this is a type of spiral career. Now, if individual switches from one job to another not related to the previous one, or not completed the previous job well in a well manner. So that is a type of transitory career. So in both the cases, the employees they are shifting from one job to another, but in transitory career, employees they are shifting without completing the previous work, and in spiral career they are shifting after they have made a huge name and fame in the previous job. That is the difference between B and E. All right, so linear, it's an upward movement within the same hierarchy. Now, steady career is what? When you have reached at this position, now you have uh, you don't want to choose to go above the higher position. Why? Because going higher position does not increases your salary, but it also increases your responsibility. So that is why you have chose to be stable in this position. Transitory and spiral, I told you. Now, plateau career is what? Reaching a level higher, like you have reached from this level to this level. Now after reaching, when you are switching to another job, you are starting from this position only, not from the low level position. So that is a plateau career. Now next, 8. So what is strategic HRM? So how you are managing your people, what strategies you have made, what planning you have made, that is known as strategy. So use of different uh, techniques to make a perfect plan and strategy for making better decision for your employees. So strategic HRM links HR practices, yes. It helps in improving business performance and culture, yes. It includes innovation also. It deals only with employee grievances. Again, the word only is there. So I told you when the words only and few are there in the question, read that statement again because 95% chances is there that statement is false. And it helps in shaping the organizational transformation. So all the four statements are correct except statement 4. We have option A. Yes, option A as correct answer. Now, according to personality job fit theory of John Holland, which of the following relates to realistic type of personality? So what was the mnemonic? RAISEC. This was the mnemonic for learning the Holland theory. So what does the realistic type of personality shows? It prefers rule regulated orderly, no. Involves thinking and organizing. Now, realistic type of personality means you have a high level of skill, a strength. Okay, you can do even uh, the in where the physical strength is required, you can do that work. So that is a sort of realistic type. So according to your personality, you have to choose your job. So prefers physical activities that require skill, strength, and coordination. So it's option D. So these are all the different types and are A, I, S, E, C. So realistic, investigative, social, conventional, enterprising, and artistic. So if you have a this type of personality, you are a very realistic means you like to do physical activities more. It requires skill, strength. Then you can become the mechanic, drill press, operator, assembly line, farmer, worker. So if you want to find anything, if you're very anxious to find the solution of the problem, okay, doing the case study sort of problem, finding the patterns, then you are a very investigative sort of person. So it means you have an analytical thinking high, you are very curious, you are independent, you are very anxious. So you can become economist, mathematician, reporter. So likewise, we have social when you want to make connections, you always want to work in group, you always want that around you there are so many people who work with you. So you are sociable friendly. So in that case, you can become social worker, teacher, a psychologist. Conventional, it is traditional. So if you like to, if you prefer to do the traditional sort of work means the same type of work you want to do every day, no changes in that work, no new technology or adopting the old pattern you are following. So it means you want a inflexibility in your career, unimaginative you are more practical, so you can become accountant, corporate manager, teller, all this. Then enterprising and artistic. So enterprising is like if you want to control other people, if you want to influence other people, so you can catch the attention of the people. So you can become lawyer, real estate. So you are ambitious, energetic. And artistic means if you are a sort of person who gives more ideas, who is imaginative, okay, impractical. So you can become a musician, writer, painter. So this theory is based on the match of personality according to their jobs. So your personality should also match with your job. Now, next. So McClant acquiring needs theory identifies three type of need. Now, which one of the following is not a type of need? Very easy question. So who has given need theory? McClant has given. Now, these are the three types of need, but this is not any type of need. Now, affiliation means what? Affiliation means where you are connecting with people, making friends. So how I told you, F stands for friends, F is affiliation. Achievement means this is the sort of need where individual wants to do challenging task. They prefer more tough task rather than easy task. And need for power is where individual they want to influence other people. They can control other people's life. That is need for power. Now, Hertzberg two-factor theory categorizes job factors into two factors, hygiene and motivators. Now, which among the following is a motivator factor? So company policy, salary, job security, these are all your hygiene factors, and your recognition, acknowledgement, these are your motivating factors. Now, what does the Herzberg? Okay, no, not B. Salary will come under hygiene factors because this is the basic thing that the company has to pay. So the things that company has to pay mandatory, that will come under hygiene factors. Now, what does this theory says that? This theory says about the presence and absence of things. Now, presence of motivating factors will bring satisfaction among employees. All right. Now, and absence of hygiene factors will bring dissatisfaction among employees. So there are certain things if you're not giving to your employers, they will become dissatisfied. So a presence and absence and satisfaction and dissatisfaction. So this is the whole theory around this one. All right. Now next 12. So Mr. Anil started as a cashier, then worked as a sales executive, not fully completed this job, worked as a sales executive, marketing associate, finally became a business consultant with no clear pattern of specialization. So this is what? This is the biggest keyword. No clear pattern of specialization means what? That individual is switching from one job to another with no clear pattern of specialization. So that is transitory. Now, 30. Again, five statements. A good HR professional should be free from biasness. Yes, the HR professional should not be biased towards any person. So he or she should maintain the fairness. He or she should treat everyone equally. Yes. Professional must understand the human psychology. Yes, what the people are feeling, how what employees are feeling. The HR professional should understand, and accordingly, these HR should communicate to the top managers. So they should try to convince about the low level managers concerned to the top manager. Communication and problem solving, these are essential for HR. Yes. They should take credit for achievements and avoid taking responsibility. No, they should never take credit for achievements. Not only HR professional, but these have to include their employees as well. If they are including their employees for credit achievement, that is fine, but not alone. And avoid taking responsibility. No. So high intelligence, analytical ability, good judgment are important qualities of HR professional. So qualities of HR professional is also important. So except for all are correct. Okay, not D, it's A. Now, next, ego defensive function. In the context of ego defensive function, how an older manager will going to react to a younger subordinate. It is talking about ego defensive function. Means you have a ego, you know that you have done a blunder in the company, but still you are defending yourself with showing your ego. So what is this? The older manager may try to protect their ego by viewing the younger subordinate negatively. Option B. So what is this? Ego defensive. It means person forms certain attitudes to protect themselves, their ego, and making other person the culprit, showing other person the culprit. So that is ego defensive function. Now, next, assertion and reasoning. So it strategic management helps improve business performance. Yes. It only focuses on routine administrative work. Just now we have done. No, it does not only focuses on managerial level of tasks. So this is correct. This is wrong. Option C. Now, next. A manager is noticing that despite giving all the competitive pay and job security, still employee motivation is very low. So what is according to Herzberg two-factor theory, which corrective action is most appropriate? So you will increase salary to improve hygiene factors because already you are giving the salary, but still the motivation is low. So you have to increase the motivation factors. So you should give recognition, achievement, acknowledgement, opportunities to provide motivators factors to increase this factor high. Now, next, 17. A bank recruiter habitually prefers candidates from urban metropolitan areas and believing that the in metro areas one can adapt to fast technology, they can adapt to good banking, good technology, and they can bring that technology into the banking, and the culture will automatically be good. Now this approach has limited diversity, inadvertently excludes high potential from rural areas. Now, so what type of biasness is this? So it's a stereotype biasness, central tendency, halo effect. Halo effect means what? If you are seeing that, suppose in this individual, okay, one thing is not good. Okay, this individual comes late to the office. Now you are from this one factor, you are expecting that all other factors are also negative to this individual. That is called halo effect. So based on one negative factor, you are assuming that all the factors in this individual would be entirely negative. This is halo. And its opposite is what? The horn effect. So the one who is talking very good, you are assuming that he is good in all other activities as well. So that's a horn effect. Now, so which type of biasness is this? It's a stereotype biasing. That you are thinking that the rural area people, they are not that much good. They have less potential as compared to the urban people. The competency-based interviews, blind resumes training, and you're overcoming with the unconscious biasness, assuming that the urban people they have more caliber, and rural candidates they have less caliber. So option A. Now next, again this is your previous year question. Question number 18. Read the question properly. What the question is saying that applications are invited from self-motivated and result-oriented individuals. They have sound knowledge of combined cycle gas turbine power plant. Then they have a good working experience in integrated management system environment. The candidate has possessed a good level of managerial skills, okay, to deliver the activity. And with this, so all this job advertisement represent which of the given term? Analysis, description, specification, or evaluation. So in job analysis, we have two factors, JD and JS. Now, JD talks about description. So you are describing the job. So what is job? Where it is located? What is the title of the job? How many hours we have to work in this job? So all this are related to the job. Now, JS talks about the specification. Specification means the skills of the candidate. So it talks about the candidate's skill. So here the skills are talking skills, the knowledge, skills, experience. So this is what? This is the part of job specification. Now evaluation means what? That is finding the worth of job. So how much your job is worth to you, towards you. That is finding the exact value of your job. Job valuation. Now, according to Thomas Skillman model, if someone tries to ignore or sidestep the conflict, what does that mean? Hoping that it will resolve soon. Avoiding, accommodating, compromising, or collaborating. So if you are ignoring the conflict, it means you are avoiding the conflict in with the hope that the conflict will going to resolve itself or it will dissolve soon. That is avoiding. So we have total five components under Thomas Skillman conflict model. Now, first is what? First is competing. Competing means what? That you are competing with the other person. Means you are fighting with the other person. So either you will win or the other person will win. So in this you have high assertiveness. Assertiveness means when you are satisfying your own needs. That is assertiveness. And cooperation means when you are satisfying the other person need. So here, because you are fighting, so it means you are fulfilling your needs. So high assertiveness is there, low cooperation is there. Then collaborating means what? You are finding the midway solution. Okay, so high assertiveness, again high cooperation is there. Now, avoiding means you are not indulging in that conflict. So low assertiveness is also there and low cooperation is there. Compromising means okay, 50% you will compromise, 50% other person will compromise. Both will compromise little bit. So that is compromising. So assertiveness is what? Medium, and cooperation is also medium. Now, in accommodating, what happens? Because accommodating is what? That you are saying, okay, you are right, I am wrong. Okay, let's do in your way. Okay, like whatever you are saying, let's do in that way. So here the cooperation is high and accommodating because you're not fighting towards yourself, so assertiveness is low. So these are the points that you have to remember, that in competing, high assertiveness, low cooperation, avoiding low assertiveness, low cooperation, there is medium, high assertiveness, high cooperation, and accommodating, low assertiveness, high cooperation. All right, given by whom? Thomas Gilman. Now, so with this, option A is the answer. Now, next, question number 20. Which of the following statement is correct in the context of difference between a group and a team? Statement is correct. So a group may or may not share a common goal, but a team has one. Yes, you have your own group. You have your informal groups, you have your formal groups. So groups, they may share a common goal or they may not share a common goal. But if you're working in a team, if a team is made, it means everyone has to move towards the same direction. It's not that you're moving in the left and the other is moving in the right direction. Correct. A group is interdependent while team is independent. No, a group is independent while a team is interdependent because all the people under the team, they are dependent on each other. So this is wrong. Main focus of group is to attainment of individual goals, while team it focus on achieving collective goals. Yes, individual goals are also there, group goals are also there. So goals can be individual and group, but in a team you always have to achieve your collective goals together. So this is also correct. Option A. Now next, find the correct statement with respect to group dynamics and group development. Now social identity theory suggests that individuals they get a sense of identity and self-esteem is high based on their membership. Yes, if they're working together, okay, they have their own identity among the group, so their self-esteem will always be high. Now, group dynamics are related to development only concerned with how groups are formed. No, in not in group dynamics, we are not only concerned with how groups are formed, but after how groups are formed, how people have to work in that group, what are the targets, what is the goal, what are the numerical targets, quantitative targets. So everything is decided. Who will do a particular task, not only how groups are formed. Now, task groups are often termed as permanent work groups. No, task group means what? Once your task is completed, that group is now it's of no use. So it is not a permanent, it's a temporary work group. So this is also wrong. Only one is correct. Option C. Now, next. Two questions are there. Read it properly. What does the question 22 says? A manager is simultaneously. Simultaneously means at the same time expected to enforce strict company policies also and maintaining the employee morale by being empathetic to their concern. So which of the conflicting expectations are discussed over here? How role ambiguity? Role ambiguity means what? When your role is not clearly defined. So it's not role ambiguity, it's inter-role conflict between two or more roles. Means at the same time you are asked to follow the strict company policies. If you are following strict company's policies, then how your employees they are their moral will always be high in that. Their moral will always be low when you are applying the strict policies in the company. So it is what inter-role conflict. So means there is conflict between your roles. Like if I say that you have to maintain the quality also and the work should be completed with before time. So the speed versus quality. So if you are maintaining the quality, then definitely it will take more time to make any product. But if you are if you are concerned with only speed, that is in low time you have to make more and more units of product, then you have to ignore quality. So this is not possible at the same time both the things. So inter-role conflict. Now, intra-role conflict is what? Intra role means you are performing one role, and in that role, two activities you are performing. Like you are performing the uh, role of father in your house as well as the manager in the office. That is intra role conflict within a single role. Role ambiguity means when your role is not clearly defined. You have been appointed as a clerk in the bank, but still your work is not clearly appointed. Sometimes you are giving the work of manager also. Okay, sometimes you have been provided the work of peon also. So this is when your role is not clearly defined. Role overload means excessive workload is there, excessive responsibilities. That is role overload. Now, what is BATNA? So BATNA is what? BATNA is the backup plan if in case if you are not able to negotiate properly in conflict, then you can use your backup plan, and that backup plan is known as partner. So best alternative to a negotiated agreement. Now, what does it mean? It means that you know that what is your backup plan. You have your alternative plan in your mind. So if your first plan does not work, then you can switch to your alternative plan. So it helps in determining the minimum acceptable outcome before walking away. So you should know your partner before walking away. That is option B. Now, next question number 24. Midpoint for the credit analyst role is 10 lakh. Employee A is earning 9 lakh. Employee B is earning 11 lakh. Now, which employee is getting the higher compare ratio? Compare ratio means comparison ratio. So employee A is getting higher salary, B is getting higher, both is have equal compare ratio or cannot be determined. So what is compare ratio? Compare ratio basically tells you that what salary you are getting in your company, that salary is higher to the market standards, or the salary which you are given that is lower to the market standard. That is compare ratio. And for formula is what? The actual salary which you are getting, like in this case, you are getting the actual salary 9 lakh upon the midpoint of the salary, midpoint already given. If not given, then you have to, two options will be given. So midpoint is what? Anything divided by 2 is your midpoint. Now, already the midpoint is given, that is 10 lakh into 100. So this is what? This is the formula of compare ratio. So with this, if you will get 90%, it means 10 lakh is the salary, you are getting 9 lakh. It means 90% of the market standard the company is paying you. Now, employee B is earning 11 lakh. So 11 lakh upon 10 lakh into 100. So 110%. So it means market standard is 100%. Okay, and you are getting 110. So if it is less than the market standard, it means you are underpaid. If it is more than the market standard, it means you are overpaid. And if it is 100%, it means you are actual paid. All right. So which one is having higher compa ratio? That is employee B. So this is 0.90 into 100 if you will do, then 90%, 110%. So, so either 100% you can take or 1. So if it is less than 1, underpaid. If it is more than 1, overpaid. 1, actual paid. Again, the same type of question. Tell me quickly what is the answer. Midpoint is given 8 lakh and assistant manager is earning how much? 7 lakh 20,000 into 100. That is 90%. Yes, correct. It's 90% or 0.90. Now, next question number 26. Which of the following factors will fall under personal factors? Personal factors. There are different factors that affect the feedback of the person, employees. So personal factor includes age, gender, education. So these are all the factors. So you have to remember which point will come under which factors. So environmental factors, economic, social, political, personal factors, age. So if in your in your bank, okay, 25 year of person is also working and 50 years of person is also working. Now both will have different mindset, different thought process, different perception. Now uh, how these two have conflict or how these two have conversation in the bank, in the company, that also affects your individual factors. That is your personal factors, education, abilities. Then organizational factors, all this will come. Compensation, so the factors which is related to your company. And psychological factors means your personality, perception, attitude, behavior, values, and your learning. So option B is the correct answer. Okay. So this is your psychological factor and this is your personal factors. Don't get confused between these two. Now, next, question number 27. So what role do decision support system, expert system, AI play in context of data accessing and utilizing? So these restrict the access of relevant data? No. If it is written irrelevant data, then yes, it would be the correct answer. They only store data passively? No, again, only is there. It helps in accessing relevant data and assisting decision maker so that informed decisions could be done for the company. So option C is the correct answer. Now, what is the difference between MIS and HRIS? Tell me. 10 people are watching, but only few are giving the answers. Two or three. Now, what is the difference between MIS and HRISC? So let's have some difference. Let's see some difference between MIS and HRIS. Now, I have already told you that anything that is related to management, it will have the broader scope. Like if I take example of HRD and HR. So again, management is there. So management will include all the activities, starting from your basic to H. And development is what? Development is one part of HR. So anything that contains management, it has the broader scope. So again, MIS is what? Management Information System. It has a broader scope, and HRIS is having a narrow scope. So MIS is what? It is Management Information System. It is Human Resource Information System. Now, this is the system which collects, process, provides information so that you can make decision. You can make proper decision for your company. Now, HRIS is what? It is the subset of MIS. So we can say HRIS. It is the subset of MIS. Okay. Likewise, HRD. It is the subset of HRM. So it is the subsystem of MIS that focuses specifically. So they will do their specific work. Means they are working on their information system, managing data, storing data to human resource. It is having the broad area. It is having a narrow area. It supports overall management. It supports only HR managers, the employees. But in management, your employees are also there. Your customers are also there, your stakeholders are also there, your clients are also. So everything, every one of them are included in MIS. But in HRIS, only supporting HR, human resource. Now, top management, middle management, all the departmental heads will use MIS, and HRIS is used by mainly HR managers, HR employees. Includes data from all department. It includes data only to the department related to employees, means attendance, salary, payroll, performance appraisal, all that. Now, general management will report for business decision. Here, HR activities related to human resource like employee turnover, absenteeism, payroll summaries, it will be provided. So these are what difference between MIS and HRIS. Now, what is the difference? Both are same? No, it is one aspect of HRIS. It is one aspect of HRIS, or HRIS is one aspect of MIS. So option D. So always remember, management, it has a broader scope, and rest of the things it will be included under management. Now again, next, HRMS and HRIS. So what is the difference between these two? Yes, correct. It's B. So it encompasses HRS, means HRMS, it includes the function of HRIS, but it also includes other modules such as talent management, benefits, administration, compliance, okay, hiring, recruitment, selection, training, every activity it will include. So again, HRMS will have a broader scope and HRIS will have a limited scope. It is limited to only information system IT, and it includes all other activities as well. So it is a system that is used mainly for storing and managing employee related data, and it not only stores HR data but also other data as well. Again, the focus in on information storage, data storage, keeping data at one place, reporting them, and it includes HRIS function plus automation and analytics. That is big data analytics. How to use data for making decisions for your company. So it is administrative, it is strategic, functional. Why strategic? Because it is used for a long-term period. So these are all the differences between HRIS and HRMS. So I'll upload the PDF later on. You all can download and go through all the slides. Now next, 3031. This is the question from your phases of conflict. So in your June exam, one case study was there from phases of conflict. 3031. So total we have, okay, I have not added the slide. Okay, total we have 5 stages of conflict. Now, it first is what? Prelude. Second is triggering. Third is initiation, differentiation, and last is what? Last you will resolve the conflict. Now, so see, uh, any conflict, it will not start on its own. There is always a specific reason for the conflict. Like when your ideas are not matching, when you have different opinion, when your perception is different, when your thought process is different, definitely a time will come when you have to face that conflict. Now, so conflict, it will start from the initiation phase. But before this, there are certain things that will impact the conflict to happen. So in prelude phase, what happens? The conditions or background factors that create that might be there is a chance of conflict in future. So possibility of conflict. That is in prelude stage. Conflict has not started. Only the possibility is there that it will start in future. All right. Now, what is triggering phase? When actually the conflict is when something has triggered you and the conflict phase has started. That is what triggering. So the incident that causes the conflict to openly start. And from the third stage initiation, the actual conflict starts. Actual conflict, it starts from initiation. After the conflict starts, then you will try to differentiate yourself that why you are different from each other, why there is conflict, what is the reason behind this conflict, why your ideas are not matching, why your uh, opinions are not matching. After that last stage is what everyone will try to resolve that conflict. They will try to find the midway solution for resolving the conflict. So these are the different phases of conflict. Okay, no, not process of identifying solution. The process of identifying solution is in the last phase, not in triggering. Triggering means what actually triggered you. So both the questions having option B. Now, question number 32. Two statements are given. AR, augmented reality, VR, virtual reality. So AR, VR, okay, VILT, these are very important topics. So virtual instructor led training. Virtual instructor led training. AR is what? AR is augmented reality and VR is virtual reality. So AR and AR with digital elements. Now, what are digital elements like phone, okay, tablet? These are your digital elements. These are superimposed into the real world, allowing users to interact with both physically and virtual object. Yes. Now, what is augmented reality? I'll give you the example. Like when you have visited the Amazon and if you have purchased anything, okay, suppose you want to purchase sofa set for your house. Now, when you are purchasing the sofa set, when you are seeing the images, there is one image like camera sort of images there. It means that it will show you that how actually that sofa will look like in your home. So if you will click on this and it will where you want to keep the sofa, you can keep the image over there, you can keep your phone over there in that angle, and it will show you how your sofa is looking over there. So that is what that is the it is superimposed into the real world. Means you are in your real world, but it will show you different objects. Okay, it will help you to interact with virtual objects. That is augmented reality. But in virtual reality, this will take you into the virtual world. How, like you have heard of VR headsets. So with the help of VR headsets, if you will wear this headsets, then you will feel that you are actually in other world. You are actually in different virtual world. That is, the user's real world environment is completely replaced by a simulated digital environment. So that is your real world. It is replaced by the virtual environment. So both the statements are correct. But this statement is talking about AR, this statement is talking about VR. So these two statements are not giving the correct explanation. So both are correct, but two is not the correct explanation. So option B is the correct answer. Now, next is virtual instructor led training. So what is virtual instructor? Break the words. Training means the when training is provided to you to learn new skills, to enhance your skills. Now, who is providing you the training? Training is provided you with the help of instructor, that is virtually. Means online any instructor is there and that is providing you the training. So that is virtual instructor led training. Now, so VILT can face challenges in maintaining participant engagement. Yes, in this, what will happen? It is difficult to engage the participant because you are sitting, you are at different location, and the other people is at different location. So it's difficult to manage the participant engagement. So lack of physical presence is there. Yes. Now, VILT allows for real-time interaction. Yes, the interaction is happening the real time. Like right now, what you are watching the session. Okay, so real time interaction is there. You can ask your doubts also. And immediate feedback is provided between instructor and learners. It is just like a similar to traditional classroom, but I cannot engage you. I cannot say you that no, you have to join this session, you have to watch the video. If you want, then only you will see this video, see this session. Then only you can watch the live session. I have shared this video on Telegram also, on WhatsApp group also. But only 10 people have joined, or only 8 people have joined. Although we have 300 members, 150 plus members on WhatsApp, but still only 10 or 15 have joined. I cannot call you, I cannot go to your house and I cannot call you. So that is, there is the participant engagement is less. Rest, both the statements are correct. This is the demerit. Rest, everything is fine. All right. So again, both statements are correct and 2 is not the correct explanation. It is talking about the demerits, disadvantages. It is talking about the advantages. Done. So this is all about the short of VR and AR. Now, next. This is your previous year question. Employee feedback is an essential tool for management in why companies they take the feedback of employees. Why employees feedback is important. Understanding the aspiration of employees with regard to their compensation package. No, understanding what employees feel about the way the business is being managed, so that the company they may also know that where we are lacking. Okay, what are the things that are important for our employees? So you should have to provide all those things. So that is why you have to take the feedback of the employees so that you can make more better decisions for your growth. Now, what is the primary characteristic of competing in terms of assertiveness and cooperation? Assertiveness and cooperation competing. So in competing means you are indulged in that fight, you are fighting with the other person, you are trying to prove yourself correct. So here is high assertiveness is there and cooperation is low. Option B. Okay, one more question. Again, previous year question. This is your previous year question, June 2025. So in context of human capital management, in terms of talent management, what are the three C's? In terms of talent management. So it is competence, commitment, and contribution. So these are the three C's of talent management. Okay, so competence means how much competent you are to perform your activity. What are the skills do you have? Okay, like if you are a teacher, then what is the how much competent you are that you have good level of communication skills, good level of persuasion skills. Now, commitment means how much committed you are towards your work. So even if I ask you to work at 11 p.m. in the night, you are committed to do your work. So that is with hands and feet. And contribution means with full heart how much you are contributing in a positive manner in your work to in your company. That is competence, commitment, and contribution. All right. So with this, we have completed our module B, and today I'll try to complete module C. Not today. I guess 1 or 2 units would be left. So, and tomorrow in the morning, we will be doing questions related to Module C, the marathon session of Module C again. So some numerical questions will also be there. So I'll add again 35 questions in tomorrow's session as well. So do join the live classes, and if you feel any doubt, any difficulties, then you can comment it in the comment section box. So I'll address them quickly. And yes, those who are in the paid classes, do join the capsule batch lecture number 3rd, 7 p.m. onwards. So again, 7 to 9 39:45 will try to complete module C today. Chalo, bye bye everyone. Take good care of yourselves. And if you feel sessions are helpful, do like the session, share it with others as well so that more and more bankers they may get the benefit of solving these questions. If you have not subscribed to the channel, do subscribe the channel. Okay, chalo. Bye bye everyone.